Guys, welcome to Tetra Productions, where we do stop-motion reviews and sometime in the future gaming. Today we have the Marvel Legends Carnage from the Venom-Pool wave. This is a really cool figure that my mom picked up for me because I did some work around the house and she let me get it. Let's take a look at the box. Alright, we got not Venom, Carnage. Carnage in here, looking pretty cool. And right in the package, I can see there's a bit of warping right here because of the packaging, but that can always be fixed by just taking it out of the package. We have, if you can see, yeah, there we go. We have an alternate head, then the Build-A-Figure Venom-Pool. On the top, we have a spot varnish for the Venom logo. On the side, we have this cool Carnage art. That's why I like keeping the boxes. It has cool art. On the back, let's see what we got. There we go. In the back, there's Twisted Criminal Cletus Cassidy shows chaos in the streets as a bloodthirsty villain Carnage. Really cool. And then it shows you the other figures you need to complete the wave. Morbius, Carnage right here. Phage, Miles Morales, Venomized, and Ghost Spider, Venomized version of Gwen Stacy. And then it has the Build-A-Figure. They have the numbers to show you which parts come with which. I have the head, which is Carnage right here. Bottom, legalities. Nice Venom logo here. Then here, danger, don't put it in your mouth. So yeah, take the camera up, zoom this bad boy out, and take it up a little bit more. Perfect. And now let's get it out of the package. And here he is out of the package. Now, I put him into this little pose so I could show him off really quick, but holy crap is this thing easy to pose. Like, most other figure lines like Revoltech or maybe even SH Figure Arts, I don't think they've made a Carnage. I meant Mafex. Mafex and Amazing Yamaguchi. Their joints are pretty interesting to pose around and stuff. Mafex usually has a loose joint issue and stuff, and it's always just a nightmare to work with, but with Marvel Legends, you never really get that. Like, this thing's amazing right out of the package. Nothing broke on me, nothing really like... I mean, there was one thing that's stiff, but we'll get to that in the articulation section, but really, it's not doing half bad. The head sculpt is incredible. I love the details. Just looking at it, the sculpt is just insane, because all these lines, as you see, they're not painted on. Well, there's paint on them, perhaps, or maybe they're all sculpted in black. That might be cool. He has this little addition. I wouldn't really call it an accessory because it's kind of a part of him, but you can take this off if you don't like it. And then plug in a stand here, I'm pretty sure, or just something else. But yeah, I like these tendrils. And I was wondering if you could plug it in upside down, but you can't because it leaves this weird gap like this. It'd be better if it was like this, but you can't. So you can just plug that back in, take it out whenever you want. And yeah, there's extra little tendrils that are actually built onto the figure, but those don't really get in the way of the articulation, so I'm not too worried about them. Right here, yeah, they're basically the same, except this one's more coily. And then there's some on the arms. The hands are really good. Right here, the hands are just phenomenal, because just look how sharp and like crazy they look. Like, one of my favorite elements about this figure is just how crazy and how like insane this thing looks. I believe this is from the Absolute Carnage comic, but I have not read like any of the comics, so I don't know much about him, but I'm sure I could use this head for one of my stop motions. Like this, the way he looks around, like he's just looking for his next victim, just insane. I love this little prowl pose. It's just really nice and simple, very Carnage-y, very symbiote-like. So, yeah, that's right out of the box. Let's get into articulation. So looking at the articulation here, basically, it's a real contender for all other Carnages, really. I'd prefer this over the Mafex one because it's lacking in details. It does have good accessories, but I mean, this is really all you need. An extra head and blah, 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 but we'll get to accessories later. So basically, let's get into articulation. We'll take this off just for the sake, because just for the fact that it doesn't really articulate. I mean, it technically could if you wanted to. There's going to be a little gap, but you can move it like this to side, but that wouldn't really, you know, continuity-wise. So, I'm just going to put this over here for now. Alright, let's go over that articulation for the head. Side to side, it goes 360, of course. Up that far, you get some gappage here if you look up too far, but it really helps with the ab crunch here. So basically, it's really good. You can look down about this much. You can bury the chin very far. You can look down that much, so if you want to have him up high, looking down at someone, that's the way to go. And then head tilt, not that much, but there's tilt. There's tilt. Okay. There's a butterfly joint at the arms, but it's tight. You just gotta loosen it up. This one, however, it's really tight. It's a good joint, but come across like that. There. And then you could come across like that. Have him use his hand, you know, something like that. Something. Yeah, nice and tight joints, but I kind of like that in the figure. Let's move the camera down angle like this so we can get better focus. Okay. But yeah, I kind of like that in a figure. Tight joints so you know that they won't fall off or anything. As I said, there's a butterfly joint in here. There's a hinge up here that goes like this. Full 360 around. It goes out about, if you try to force it, it goes about that much. Swivel. Bicep swivel, which is very important because it helps you get into all those action poses. Double jointed knee or elbow right here. Double jointed elbow, so it gets you up that far. The hand is a swivel, and then it has a hinge, and you can pull it out. It just takes a bit of work. Even though there are no exchangeable hands, it still comes out, which is good because if you wanted to do something with the older Carnages that Hasbro's made, there's a accessory with a scythe that goes onto another Carnage that they did before this one, and I've seen on different reviewers that it works. So, yeah, this does the same thing. Rotate, 360, hinge, double elbow. Yeah, does everything you want an action figure to do. Let's move on to the body. There is this is a nice waist cut here. Now, one of the best things about this figure right now is the ab crunch. Look how far that gets. That's incredible. And it's overall just a really good figure in the top half. I haven't gotten to the bottom half. I'm sure it's just as good. So, the legs, they kick out this far on their own. Yeah, and then it comes out this far. Not that far, but once you combine it with the other leg, you can get some really good kicks. You know. Sorry, that's sound effects. Yeah, and then there's a thigh cut here. And then there's a boot cut here, which is interesting, but it works. And then there is a double knee. It comes up around that much. Yep. Clicks. It comes back on you, though. It wants to spring back in place. But you can work around that. With the feet, there is a ball rocker. It's just really hard to use. You have to really, grip the leg. And then, yep. There you go. It comes up about that much. Doesn't really go further. And then it goes back that much. So, yeah. That's about it for the articulation segment. Let's go on to accessories. Okay, and we're here with the accessories segment. Yes, I know, I said I don't, at least I don't think I said. I said, oh my god. I said I wouldn't include this as accessories, but it can come off and it can come on. So basically, this is an accessory. Yeah. Let's take a look at this first, actually. This is a really, really nice piece. I didn't think they would include it for cost sakes, but yeah. There's this whoosh. Nice little back piece. It has the sculpting just like the rest of the figure. On the inside, it doesn't have any because you're not going to be seeing the inside much. It has these nice tendrils. I think it's, yeah, 2 to each side with a little spike coming off. A little loop. If you put them together to make a heart, some way like that. Yeah. Okay. This also makes a heart. Huh. Carnage, the symbiote of love. Cat. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, it's just a really good piece. Not much to say on it, but yeah, the tendrils look really nice. I feel like they could have been just a bit sharper over here. They kind of just look like little snakes or dragons, but this one looks really sharp because it has the extra little pokey edge. Oh, sorry, my hands are getting in the way. It has a really nice little pokey edge right there. So, looks good. I'm gonna count this as an accessory because it came in the box. This is for the Build-A-Figure Venom-Pool. Wow. Nice sculpting on the teeth, a really nice sculpting on the tongue. It is kind of prickly, as you can see. It's really cool. It has stitches to hold the costume together because Venom is just so massively hulking large. Now we have really nice, if you can see it on camera, it's a really nice texture, really nice color. Yeah. It looks like there's a joint here that opens, but it does not. It's one single piece. It looks like it opens a little bit, but don't force it. You might break it because it does not open. And then here's the Carnage head. This looks more comic-y. I like it because it just looks like a classic Carnage. And he has a mouth. Oh my gosh. He has a mouth open. And it looks really nice. I have to say it's really good. The eyes, they are not conjoined, which is interesting. I know they're not usually conjoined, but it's interesting. Yep, they're split up. Nice little sculpting. And yeah, nice white on the eyes. Same ball socket for the articulation. And these are I'm counting this as accessories. These are the 3 accessories that you get. Now for the overall review. Out of 10, I give this thing a 9.5, because holy crap, what a figure. I think this is just one of the best figures that Hasbro's put out. The really good poses that you can get into, the really just good articulation overall, just really sets this figure over the bar. I think it's one of the best figures that they've put out for sure. Well, this has been my review of the Marvel Legends Carnage. Venom-Pool Carnage. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. I love seeing new subscribers, and it just really motivates me to put out new content. I really like this figure. Again, like I said, 9 out of 10. Or 9.5 out of 10. There are some things that I wish could have been included by Hasbro. More hands, extra, sharp bits. Probably another interchangeable hand, set of hands like the one on the right, because they're just really sharp and really bladey. I like them. But yeah, tune in probably later today. I'm going to be making another, another review on the Marvel Legends. Yep, you can't know. It's going to be a surprise. But yeah, I'll see you guys later.